it's Rob Kreider coming to you live from the Double Nickel Nine Motorsports shop. We're having a late night shop day today. We have the Buttonwillow race coming up this weekend. We're going to do actually a bunch of events at Buttonwillow. We're going to run both Honda Challenge cars, my car and Keith's car. We're also going to run the WERC Enduro using our Battle Wagon B car, which has got lights on it now so we can see at night and some super cool orange and blue neon. We've also got the Fiesta ST that we're going to run in the SCCA Autocross at the Buttonwillow kart track. So extremely busy weekend for us. We're going to run 4 different cars, bunch of different races, and hopefully bring home some trophies to add to our trophy case here at the Double Nickel Nine Motorsports Laboratory. So yeah, we're going to try to do some crazy things, trying to do 4 races in one weekend. The first race was going to be the Autocross, so that was with the Sports Car Club of America. We had Randy Kreider running the 89 Civic SI for Kreider Racing, and he was battling it out in the STS class. He had a very tough battle in his class against the CRX, which is a lighter car, a little faster than the Civic, but we're hoping my brother could get it done. The Ford Fiesta was a car we've been developing all year long for FordMuscle.com as a part of the Way of the Fist series. So it's just been a number of articles, us developing that car, working with Yokohama on the Advan AO52 tire. So that's been a great project. We've won every race we've been in it for Autocross. We actually drove that car all the way to Kansas and raced in the 2020 Dirtfish Rallycross SCCA National Championships, where, believe it or not, we got that car on the podium, 3rd place. So that was pretty exciting. Drove that car back from Kansas. We had to switch it over from dirt back to tarmac, and this would be the first race we had the car back in tarmac form to see how it would do on the Buttonwillow go-kart track.
That is the Ford Fiesta. That's Rob Kreider.
Hey, so the Autocross went like we hoped it would. Randy won STS class handily. He had a really, really hard fight, and he got it done on the last lap. The Fiesta dominated 8th Street, and we actually drove the car up on 2 wheels, which is kind of exciting. Not a big deal, the car landed fine, and we were able to pull off a victory there. So the good news was, first 2 races of the day, we knocked victories out of the park, so we only had 2 more to go.
Asleep with both hands on the wheel, white knuckle weekend, chewing up a trend, going to an unnamed end.
Now it was time to go Honda Challenge Sprint Racing and see if Keith or I could bring home a victory, our 3rd victory for the day. So that was the next step, and the good news is that we were holding up the front row. So Keith and I on the front row, it will be Team Double Nickel Nine and the orange and blue Integras dominating the start, and we were looking pretty good to win our 3rd race of the day, and then we're heading to Enduro to hopefully win our 4th race of the day. Oh, the Honda Challenge Sprint Race. Well, how'd that go? Well, it's funny you should ask. Yeah, it didn't go well for us, as you can imagine. It's 2020, right? I mean, why should I be exempt from the tragedies of this year? Yes, I got wrecked on the first lap. funny part was is that I couldn't see out of the windshield. There was basically nothing to see out of. There was so much Buttonwillow dust on the windshield. I still have Buttonwillow dust in my ear and in my ass and everywhere. There's just Buttonwillow dust everywhere. But so I went to put the windshield wipers on because I knew we'd installed that motor for COTA because of the rain there. But I forgot we only had the motor in there for Buttonwillow. We don't put the actual wiper arms or blades on there to save weight and aerodynamic advantage. So when I turned the switch, I kind of had to laugh at myself because there was the sound of the motor turning, but there was no wiper blades moving, and so I felt pretty stupid. So I thought, well, I'll just go forward and see if I can knock some dirt off of this windshield, and then I realized I'm in DFL, which is not a place I ever want to finish. So my thought was, all right, well, just keep digging, man. You know, put it behind you, just keep driving, and show the boys in the back a little passing demo. Anyways, working my way up to 6th. Keith finished 4th. We actually were blocked off the podium for the first time, I think, in like 5 years in Honda Challenge. We didn't at least get a podium finish at a race, which was really an odd place for us. We came here to get 4 wins. We were now not going to get 4 wins. That was for sure. So instead of pissing and moaning about it, though, we're just like, we don't really have time to complain. We essentially need to transition to the Enduro. We got to get the pit wall set up. We got to get the crew ready to go. We had trained a bunch the night before, did a lot of pit stop training. Happened. Let's go forward and let's bring home the victory of the Enduro. It's 3 hours, 15 minutes, 2 drivers, probably 3 pit stops to go with our fuel strategy and ultimately some night racing. So our goal was to win the E3 Classic. I always know the Crider Racing Double Nickel Nine Motorsports pit crew can essentially get us to the front. They always push us towards the podium at every long endurance race. So my thought was, get your head right, get in the car, strap it in, and let's go. We had Keith Kramer to take us off in the Enduro. He took the first stint in the Enduro. Then we're going to pop him out for 1 tank of gas. Keith did everything he was supposed to do in the first stint. Don't run into stuff. Bring the car back. Give it to the next driver. Give us a chance to finish a race high and strong. And Keith did that perfectly. We got him out and got me in and headed out on track in the darkness to Sweden. And it was our last shot to get 3 out of 4 wins that day.
Love, the beat is there. It supersedes the
grinder, man. I mean, it's Buttonwillow is the dustiest place you'll find. You know, cars are going off the track a lot. We had a lot of super fast cars out there. That only caused complications for us in E3 because when you have zero visibility at night, it's difficult to keep your foot on the gas, and that was certainly the case during the Enduro, but you know, it is what it is. I would get passed by a Porsche, it would go flying off in the dust, and I would just keep trucking. Have an issue where essentially I was running out of gas. I was trying to keep the car out there as long as I could, so even though I had some starvation issues, essentially I just let the car burp. I would hold on, the car would just come alive again. I actually probably burped the car for about 5 laps. Probably 1 lap more than I should have, because I suddenly came out of off-ramp turn. I had the Supra behind me, and essentially I just ran out of gas. And then I almost got rear-ended by them. Luckily, I think DJ was behind the wheel, and he was heads up and did not run into me, so thank you, DJ. And then essentially we got myself, I was on the radio like, pit, man, I am out of gas. Good news was, Crider Racing pit crew team was ready to go, and so I was able to come in, because the off-ramp to the pit exit is only 1 turn. So they were ready for me. They gave me one quick, like 3.5 gallons to get me out of there as fast as they could. Awesome pit stop. And I was on my way chasing down the checkered flag, because if we could stay out and just stay ahead of everyone else, we were going to win E3 Taking the checker for the E3 class and the Enduro was just absolutely awesome. I wasn't thinking about the crash anymore. I wasn't thinking about everything else. All I could think about was how proud I was of the team, how just epic the weekend was. I was certainly tired.
Woo! Oh, baby. That's some hard work out there, dude.
We'd had a long, hard day with 4 different races, qualifying, sprint races, crashes, autocrosses, switching cars around. So it was a lot. But, you know, we started drinking some Double Nickel 9 from Tactical Loss Brewing.
I'm good, buddy. I want some Double Nickel 9 at the party.
Team started celebrating. We had a trophy in our hands. We're up on the podium. Then essentially, you know, you just forget everything else.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Awesome.
Wake up and shave.